News from
Brussels.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Austin.
Hi, I'm Miss Scooviakos.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Benson.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Lyons.
Hi, I'm Rylan. I'm going to be in 5th grade next year.
I'm Peyton. What's your guys' favorite subject to teach?
My favorite subject to teach is math. I just think there's just so many ways to think about it and play with all the numbers and so forth and seeing patterns and relationships and there's so many games to do with it that I just really enjoy teaching it. But I love all the subjects.
Like teaching reading. I used to always say math, but I have a new appreciation for reading because I love all the discussions and I love that everything's open-ended. It's hard to be wrong in reading because it's from everybody's different perspective. So much to do with reading and writing. So now I think my new favorite is reading.
Is reading as well. I like reading because I feel like it's very magical. You can read all kinds of different topics. You can read, it's endless. You can read anything you love, and I feel like you can find a discovery for learning and loving different things that you've never known about before. So I love teaching reading.
My favorite subject to teach is math. I was never very good at math when I was growing up, and so I really like being able to help kids understand math in a different way. So my favorite subject is math. So I actually used to live in Iceland. My dad was in the Navy, and so we spent 3 years over in Iceland. It was very cold. Not a lot really to see, but because my dad was in the Navy, I've been all over the place. So I lived in Florida, I lived in California, I've lived in Maine, but Maryland is my favorite place now.
Also, I have a similar experience. My father, he didn't work for the military, but we moved all around, and I still have my sister still lives in Guam from when we lived there. And I lived in Thailand as well. So we moved around probably every 3 years. I think I calculated at one point, and I went to 13 different schools. So I enjoy meeting new people.
My favorite place was, I've done a couple of trips with just my mom and myself, which is something that I always cherish. And so we've gone to Germany and Ireland together. And we laughed our way all the way through and seeing and meeting all the people and so forth. So that is my most cherished memory.
Mr. Scooviakos is from Greece. So we traveled to Greece so I could meet his entire family before we got married. So that was a very interesting, fun thing to do because I got to travel all around Greece and the different islands, and I got to go to all the different historical sites. So that is the big one for me. But I've traveled all around the United States as well. But Greece is the big one for us.
I'm Peyton. 4th. What's your favorite activity to do?
Family movie night's my favorite because I like to snuggle with all my people, and I like to sit on the couch and watch different movies with my family and have lots of snacks.
My favorite activity is something that I do with my daughters. This last time it was my mom, this time it was with my daughters. I love to go hiking. And we've hiked all through the Shenandoah Mountains and the Appalachian Mountains. So that is what I really enjoy doing, getting out in nature.
I actually like to build furniture. That's one of my hobbies. So we have a couple of pieces in the house that I've built from scratch. And so I like to do that. Definitely with the snacks, though. I'm with Mrs. Scooviakos, that you gotta have the snacks.
Favorite activity is also with my family. We have family game night, and there is nothing better than that just release of laughter that comes from silly, ridiculous games and comments, and of course snacks. Wow, I guess we're the eating group as well.
I love Harry Potter. Harry Potter is like my favorite thing to read. I read it. All my kids have read it with me, and we watched all the movies multiple times. So Harry Potter, hands down.
Also, my favorite book is the BFG. Have you guys read it? 4th grader or almost 4th graders? BFG is. I don't think I'll ever like a book more than the BFG. But I also do like there's a boy in the girl's bathroom? Or am I saying it wrong? Is it a girl in the boy's bathroom?
My favorite book is Peter Nimble and His Fantastic Eyes. I don't know if anyone's heard of that book. I see Mrs. Austin with a thumbs up. So it's about an orphan who is blind and gets these 3 sets of magical eyes, and he has to go on this quest to rescue a princess, but it's not like any other fairy tale rescue a princess story you've ever read. But it's definitely my favorite.
Favorite book is probably a book you've never heard of. It's something that I read when I think I was in 4th or 5th grade, and it was a story that I read each night with my mom. I would help her do the dishes just so she would read with me in bed and so forth. And it's called The Last of the Really Great Whangdoodles. And it's by the author Julie Andrews, and she was the main actress in The Sound of Music and Mary Poppins, but she wrote a story, and it is the most fabulous book, and it's like a mythical adventure, and it's amazing. So it's also a book that I really enjoy reading aloud to my students.
How much years have you guys been teaching?
Real world math skills. I have been teaching for 13 years.
Teaching for 17 years.
Been teaching for 32 years.
Teaching for 8 years.
Do you guys play any sports?
Right now, in my life, I'm more a sports watcher. With my 3 kids, I'm a big soccer fan and a big field hockey fan, but when I was younger and in high school, I played lacrosse.
I have played soccer pretty much my entire life. I just actually stopped a few years ago because I hurt my ankle pretty badly. But when I was younger, I played soccer and softball and ran cross country, and I still run now.
More of an individual person, and I'm a gym rat. I go to the gym a lot and so forth. But when I was growing up, I played basketball and field hockey.
Field hockey as well, growing up through high school and college, and then now I just run every day. That's my favorite thing to do.
Sticks and dance, and I'm signing up for softball. And I've done archery, and I'm going to do more archery. Do you have any pets?
All right, I have 2 dogs. I have a pug chihuahua mix. And then my other dog, I was saying, looks so much like your puppy, Miss Spyglass. But we don't know what he is. We rescued him, and we have no idea what. He's just a mix.
So this is my dog Bear. He's also my workmate oftentimes. He is my sidekick. And then I have another dog as well named Bridget. So he's my baby.
We just got a dog in October, so I think she's still considered a puppy, and her name is Ellie.
So we actually have a few pets. We have a miniature Schnauzer puppy. His name is Arlo. We have 2 cats, and we have a leopard gecko named Ginny. Ginny may come to live with us in our classroom.
Pretty cool. So I'm going to ask this question. Teachers, do you have any questions for kiddos?
So you guys asked us our favorite subjects. What are your favorite subjects in school?
Favorite subject is probably math.
Your subject is math too.
Some parts of math.
So you interviewed us. So what are you looking for in a teacher? What's one thing you want your teacher to have in 4th grade or 5th grade?
Make us laugh.
This really nice. He's really funny and kind.
She's funny.
Commitment that we could all make, that no matter who we see or who we run into in our school, that we can smile and say hello. And then if somebody's new to our school, we can say, hey, do you want to sit with me? Or hey, would you like to play with me?